I'm Laura McBride and welcome to my Leopard Print Valentine's Design Set workshop. In this workshop we're going to be creating some beautiful leopard print designs with a little bit of a twist. So let's get started. Welcome to my Leopard Print Heart Designs workshop. So I've already prepared my tips, and on these two tips here I have used Acorn, which is from my own core collection, Get Nailed by Laura McBride, and I have not done a top coat on those, okay? And then I've gone in with my red, which is Salsa from, again, the core collection from Get Nailed by Laura McBride, but this one I have top coated. So I have used our non-wipe top coat, which is I'd Rather Be Shiny from, again, Get Nailed by Laura McBride. So if we had done this on a client, we will have done our prep, our base coat, our two coats for our gel polish, and then this is just the inhibition layer that has been left, and then we have also top coated that beautiful red. So the first nail I'm going to do is going to be a full cover leopard print design, but we're going to throw some hearts in there as well. So I'm going to pop a little bit of that salsa down, because you could do all three of these nails on one hand of your client, so they're all going to tie in. And I'm going to do a really simple heart design. So I've just gone in with my brush, and by no means does this have to be perfect, okay? And you'll see why in a second. So I've just done quite a rough heart there, which is, these outlines don't have to be perfect. And again on this side, so I'm doing that by just going into my gel polish, creating that top curve and then pulling it down to create my heart. And I want it slightly wibbly wobbly. I do not want any crisp lines here, okay? So again, just coming down at a slightly different angle with this heart, and then that is going to go into the lamp for a flash cure. So because this is normal gel polish, it means that I can go into the lamp for a 15-second flash cure, and it means that that gel polish that we've put down isn't going to move anywhere, and it's going to stay exactly where we've put it. So I'm just going to get rid of that little bit down there that I've put on my palette, and now I'm going to go in with my Black Widow, which is our black gel polish. Pop that down on my palette, but I'm also going to pop a little bit of gingerbread. So gingerbread is from our Opulence collection, and I'm also going to pop that down as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a dotting tool. So depending on the size of the nail will depend on the size of the dotting tool that you use for this design. So I'm going to go for one down from my medium, okay, so it is not the smallest dotting tool, but it's in between my medium and my smallest. I'm going to go into that black gel polish, and I'm going to come around my hearts and just push down and create that leopard print effect, okay? So again, come in and around my heart, and once again, by no means does this have to be perfect, and that is why I'm doing it with my dotting tool rather than a brush. And then coming in and round, and then taper it out slightly, and then pull that round your hearts. So now I'm going to come in and add the rest of my leopard print. So I'm just going to do like an N shape, and then come around, give it a little wiggle, and create a really random pattern. We don't want this regimented at all. Just giving my dotting tool that little wiggle to create that print. Just working your way down the nail and not forgetting to take it off of the nail slightly as well. We don't want it to stop short. So when you get to that side wall and cuticle area, don't forget to put a bit of that shape in there as well as it's coming off of the nail. So like here, for example, you want that to carry off of the nail. So once you're happy, because these are going to be the larger shapes, once you're happy with that, that is going to go into the lamp for a full cure. Now, while that one's fully curing, I'm going to move on to this second nail. Now, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to grab a little bit of that salsa out. I'm just going to do a diagonal for this, okay? So I'm just going to go in with my pencil and I want to create a little bit of movement. So one half of this is going to be red, the other half is going to have that leopard print shape in there. So I'm going to come in here and again create that heart shape, and then a larger one just up here in exactly the same way as we did our full cover. Again, by no means does it need to be perfect. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a cure, and while we're doing that, we're going to add a little bit of interest back into this nail with the full cover. So I'm going to come in between with that beautiful gingerbread, which has got a little bit of sparkle to it, and I'm going to fill in the inside of these shapes that we have created. Making sure we do all of them. Then I'm going to clean off my brush and go in with my black again. And now I'm just going to create a few little flecks to fill in any of those negative spaces that we have that are not filled in by our larger print. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in and around here slightly and just bring that around. And just taper it in where it needs tapering in, so it's not so hard. I'm just going to pull that round like so. Okay, so that's now going to go in the lamp again for a full cure. And now we're going to do exactly the same as what we did with our dotting tool on the full cover nail, and come around my heart and then fill in the rest of that space with our upside down C's. And while I'm here, I am going to do those space or gap fillers as well, okay? Making sure we go right up to that halfway point line. Like I say, we do not want it to stop short. So that's going to go in for a full cure, and now we are going to top coat this nail. So I want this to be matte. So we're going to create some texture on this nail. So I'm going to go in with our matte top coat, which is Material Girl, and cover the entirety of this nail, making sure that it's nice and smooth, because obviously we've gone in with those different layers of that gel polish, so we want to smooth this out. And again, if we were doing this on a client, you'd be steering well clear of their cuticle sidewalls and also capping that free edge. So that's what it would look like shiny. So I'm going to pop it in the lamp for a full cure so that it goes matte for us. And then I'm going to go in and add that beautiful gingerbread into the centre of our main accent print. Okay, and then while I'm here, I'm going to go into my red, so into my salsa, and I'm going to pull this down and create my boundary line to be able to float my red up to. So you can go straight with this, but I thought I'd add a little bit of interest and movement and go in and create a curve. So this is just creating my border to be able to butt the rest of my colour up to. So that's now going to go in for a full cure. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of I'd Rather Be Shiny down, because we're going to add a little bit more texture into this full print nail. Okay, so I'm going to grab this nail out, and you can see that's gone beautiful and matte now, but I want to shine up our hearts. So this is adding texture, but I also want to put that shine on the black outline of that print that we've done. So just using the very tip of my brush, just to go over that, and I only want to do the red ones. So again, just using the very tip of my brush and making those red hearts on the print really pop. Okay, so again, that's going to go in the lamp for a full cure. And then I'm going to grab the salsa straight from the bottle and butt this colour up against that outline that we've just created. Again, if you were doing this on a client, you'd be steering well clear of their cuticle sidewall and also capping that free edge. So that's going to go in for a cure now. And then we are going to get started on our third nail. So this has already had its top coat on it, okay, and I'm going to pop a little bit of that acorn down, and we're going to create an accent heart right in the center of this nail. So I'm going to go in with my largest dotting tool, and this is going to create our top section of our heart. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into the center of the nail, just so I know where I'm working from, and then I'm going to create a large circle there just by swirling my dotting tool, and a large circle right next to it. Okay, I'm then going to grab my detailer brush. I'm going to smooth that out, pull it down to create that straight edge of our heart. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Again, pull it down, getting that center point of our nail just in our mind's eye, and then creating that point. And then I'm going to come in here, create the point at the top of our heart, and then fill in this negative space. So I'm just going to round this off a little bit more. I don't want it so straight. I want it to be slightly fatter. Again, doing exactly the same on the other side. And then just floating that product out to make sure it's nice and even. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for full cure. I'm going to do my second coat of red on this half and half. So this time I'm going to come down and even that up. Okay. And then again, that's going to go in for a full cure. So I'm just going to grab that first nail out, which is complete. So we've got that beautiful contrast from that matte. That beautiful gingerbread is still having that little bit of shimmer coming through that matte. And then we've got that real pop of our shiny hearts. Okay, so that completes our first nail. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and then I'm going to grab out this half and half nail, and I'm going to mat the section that has the leopard print on so it matches our first nail. And I'm not going to worry about overlapping this onto that red. It can go over ever so slightly because we're going to do a little bit of crystal placement. So again, going in for full cure. And then I'm going to grab my heart out and I'm going to do that little bit of leopard print again. So back into my black, creating those shapes. And again, it's really nice to just create that half rather than trying to fit lots of full shapes in there. So I'm just going to go in with my gel brush and create my gap fillers. Like so. Okay, and that again is going to go in the lamp for a full cure. So this has now gone matte, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to clean off my brush, go into my shiny top coat and do exactly the same as what we did with our first nail, and go over that heart and the black outline of that heart. Okay, and then we're going to get ready for some crystal placement. So I'm going to pop that in again for a full cure so that that goes super duper shiny. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to pop a little bit of that gingerbread back down because we need to do the detail in the center of this heart. So again, I'm just going to grab my brush and go in to the center of each of those main shapes within our print. I feel we just need one there as well. and then that's going to go in for a full cure. So hopefully you guys all have got to this stage. So we have got our matte heart with our leopard print on our full nail. Then we've got our half and half, so again our leopard print with those beautiful hearts, and then that plain red, and then we've got our red with our heart in the center. So that completes part 1 of this workshop. Join me over in part 2 for our crystal placement. So that completes my Leopard Print Valentine's Design Set workshop. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you click the like button, and if you want to see any future workshops, please make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell. As always, thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all soon.